We let God guide our lives, incredible transformations occur, leading us on a path of fulfillment, peace, and abundant blessings. To emphasize this profound message, I will weave together the timeless wisdom of the Bible, drawing upon its verses to illuminate the beauty that unfolds when we allow God to work in our lives. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." When we surrender our doubts, fears, and limited understanding to God, he will navigate our paths and illuminate the way before us. Through this trust, we discover a profound sense of purpose and clarity. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 assures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." God's plans for us are far greater than anything we could ever imagine. By surrendering to his will, we allow him to orchestrate our lives in ways that surpass our wildest dreams, leading us to prosperity, hope, and an awe-inspiring future. In times of adversity, Isaiah 40 verse 31 reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary, they will walk and not be faint." When we place our hope and trust in God, he provides us with unwavering strength to face any challenge. He lifts us up, enabling us to rise above our circumstances and continue our journey with resilience and endurance. Matthew 6 verse 33 teaches us, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." When we prioritize God and align our lives with his divine purpose, he blesses us abundantly. As we surrender to him, our needs are met, and we experience a profound sense of contentment and fulfillment. Let us not forget the words of Proverbs 16 verse 3, which encourages us, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans." By surrendering our endeavors, our work, and our aspirations to God, we invite him to bring about his divine intervention. Our plans become aligned with his perfect will, ensuring that our efforts are fruitful and our lives are filled with purpose. As we conclude today, let us reflect on the words of Psalm 37 verse 5, "Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him and he will do this." When we surrender to God's guidance, we witness his mighty hand at work. His divine intervention transforms our lives, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, and filling our hearts with immeasurable joy. May we all find the courage to surrender our lives to God's will, trusting in his wisdom, grace, and love. For it is through surrender that we truly find ourselves and embark on a journey of profound spiritual growth and fulfillment. Let us remember these timeless truths and embrace the transformative power of letting God lead us. Thank you, and may God bless you abundantly on your journey. The Bible, a timeless guidebook for faith and wisdom, provides us with profound insights on surrendering ourselves to the divine will. Allow me to share with you a speech adorned with biblical quotes, reflecting on the transformative power of letting God guide our paths. As we embark on this journey, let us remember the words of Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6, which states, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." These verses remind us that placing our trust in God and relinquishing our reliance on our limited understanding will lead us to straighter, purposeful paths. In the book of Jeremiah 29 verse 11, we are reassured, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This verse assures us that when we surrender ourselves to God's plans, we find hope, prosperity, and a bright future. It is important to acknowledge that surrendering to God's will does not mean a life without challenges. However, as we read in Philippians 4 verse 13, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength," we are reminded that through God, we find the strength to overcome obstacles and persevere, accomplishing what might seem impossible on our own. Furthermore, the words of Psalm 46 verse 10 urge us to "be still, and know that I am God." This verse highlights the importance of stillness and reflection, allowing us to experience the presence of God and align our desires with His divine purpose. By surrendering our fears and anxieties to God, we discover inner peace and a deeper understanding of His infinite wisdom. The act of letting God take control requires humility, as emphasized in 1 Peter 5 verse 6, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that He may lift you up in due time." When we humble ourselves before God, acknowledging His sovereignty, we open the door for Him to lift us up, granting us blessings and guidance according to His perfect timing. Finally, let us remember the words of Jesus in Matthew 16 verses 24 to 25, where He said, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it." These powerful verses remind us that true fulfillment and purpose are found in surrendering our own desires and following the path that God has set before us. In conclusion, my friends, when we let God take control of our lives, we embark on a journey guided by divine wisdom, hope, and strength. Let us trust in the Lord, surrender our own understanding, and be still before Him. By doing so, we open ourselves to blessings, prosperity, and a future filled with purpose. May we embrace the call to humility, denying ourselves and taking up our cross, for in losing our lives for God, we discover the abundant and everlasting life He has promised. Thank you, and may God bless each and every one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you to remind you of the power of faith and the wisdom that can be found within the sacred pages of the Bible. Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, and in our lowest moments, it is crucial to seek solace and motivation in the timeless truths that the Scriptures provide. So, let us embark on this journey together, drawing strength from the words of God. When you find yourself burdened by stress and overwhelmed by the challenges before you, remember the words of the Lord from Matthew 11 verse 28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." These words serve as a gentle reminder that in times of fatigue and anxiety, God offers us a refuge, a place to find solace and rejuvenation. In times of self-doubt, when you feel like you're not good enough or capable of overcoming your obstacles, turn to Philippians 4 verse 13, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." This verse emphasizes that your strength does not come solely from within but from a higher power who will equip you with the resilience and courage to triumph over any adversity. During moments of despair, when it seems like hope is elusive, meditate on Psalm 34 verses 17 to 18. "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them, He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Remember that God is attentive to your cries and is intimately aware of your pain. He will be there to guide you through the darkest of times, bringing healing and restoration to your weary soul. In times of fear and uncertainty, take solace in Isaiah 41 verse 10, "So do not fear, for I am with you, do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." These words provide reassurance that God is by your side, empowering you and offering His unwavering support, regardless of the challenges you face. Dear friends, in your journey through life, remember that setbacks and difficulties are not indicators of defeat but opportunities for growth. Let Romans 8 verse 28 be a beacon of hope in your darkest moments, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Even in your lowest moments, have faith that God is orchestrating circumstances for your ultimate good, even if you cannot see it yet. So, as you face your challenges, remember these words from Joshua 1 verse 9, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." You are not alone in your struggles, for the Lord walks alongside you, guiding your steps and giving you the strength to press on. Believe in the power of these verses and let them be a source of motivation and encouragement in your life. Trust in God's divine plan, for He has a purpose for each and every one of us. Embrace the journey, knowing that your faith will carry you through the trials and lead you to greater strength, resilience, and joy. May the words of the Bible be a guiding light in your life, uplifting you in your low moments and instilling within you the unwavering belief that with God, all things are possible. Thank you, and may God bless you abundantly. My friend, life has its share of challenges and moments of stress that can weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. In times like these, we often seek solace and guidance from various sources. Today, I turn to the timeless wisdom found within the pages of the Bible to offer you words of motivation and inspiration. In Matthew 11 verse 28, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." These words remind us that we don't have to carry our burdens alone. Whenever you feel overwhelmed and weighed down, remember that there is one who is always ready to provide comfort and rest. Lean on Him, for He is your source of strength. Proverbs 3 verses 5-6 tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." When faced with challenges, it's natural to question and doubt. However, remember to place your trust in God, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Submit your worries and fears to Him, and He will guide you on the right path. The Apostle Paul writes in Philippians 4 verse 13, "I can do all things through Him who gives me strength." These words remind us that our strength does not come from our own limited abilities, but from a power greater than ourselves. When you feel incapable or overwhelmed, draw upon the strength that comes from your faith and know that you are not alone in your struggles. Psalm 34 verses 17-18 assures us that, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them, He delivers them from all their troubles." The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Take comfort in the knowledge that God is always near, even in your lowest moments. He hears your prayers and understands your pain. Seek His presence, and you will find solace and healing. Finally, remember the words of Joshua 1 verse 9, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." No matter how difficult your circumstances may be, do not let fear or discouragement take hold of your heart. Stand firm in your faith, for the one who created you walks beside you every step of the way. Today, I encourage you to hold on to these verses and allow them to uplift your spirit. Draw strength from the promises they hold and find solace in the presence of God. Remember that you are never alone, and with faith, perseverance, and the support of those around you, you can overcome any challenge that comes your way. Believe in yourself, embrace the love of God, and let His Word guide you through the darkest moments. You have the strength within you to rise above your current circumstances and emerge stronger and more resilient than ever before. May your spirit be renewed, your heart be filled with hope, and may you find the motivation to face each day with unwavering determination. Trust in God, and He will lead you to brighter days.
When we choose to let God guide our lives, incredible transformations occur within us and around us. The Bible, a source of divine wisdom and guidance, provides us with profound insights on this matter. Let us embark on this journey together, drawing inspiration from its timeless verses. As we entrust our lives to God, we are reminded of the words from Proverbs 3 verses 5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." When we surrender our limited understanding, we open ourselves to the vastness of God's wisdom. Our paths become clearer, and we find solace in knowing that He is in control. Furthermore, in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus teaches us about the importance of surrendering our burdens to God. In Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30, he says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." By relinquishing our heavy burdens to God, we discover a profound peace and rest that only He can provide. Moreover, the Apostle Paul reminds us of the transformative power of surrendering to God's will in Romans 12 verse 2, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." When we release our own desires and align our thoughts with God's will, our lives are transformed, and we find true fulfillment in His purpose for us. In times of uncertainty, the prophet Jeremiah offers us words of hope and reassurance. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29 verse 11. When we surrender to God's plans, we can find comfort in the knowledge that He has a purpose for our lives, and He will lead us towards a future filled with hope and blessings. In conclusion, my dear friends, when we choose to let God guide our lives, we embark on a journey of faith and surrender. We trust in His infinite wisdom, find rest from our burdens, experience transformation, and discover a purposeful future. Let us remember the beautiful promise from Isaiah 40 verse 31, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary, they will walk and not be faint." May we find the courage to surrender our lives to God and soar to new heights of faith, guided by His divine love and grace. Thank you, and may God bless you abundantly. In this sacred moment, let us find solace and inspiration within the eternal wisdom of the Bible, which illuminates our path and offers solace to weary souls. As we embark on this spiritual journey together, I invite you to listen and reflect upon the words of the divine scripture. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths." When we surrender ourselves to God, we place our complete trust in His wisdom, recognizing that His plans for us surpass our limited comprehension. In times of uncertainty, we find comfort knowing that the Almighty is charting our course and leading us towards a brighter future. The book of Jeremiah 29 verse 11 declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Within these words lies a promise of hope and restoration. When we yield to God's divine will, we open ourselves to a future brimming with boundless possibilities. Our faith becomes the cornerstone of a flourishing existence, where God's love propels us forward, shielding us from harm's way. Moreover, in Psalm 37 verse 4, we find a gentle admonition, "Delight yourself also in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart." Here, we are reminded that when we align our desires with the will of God, our deepest longings become intertwined with His divine purpose. By seeking His presence and cultivating an intimate relationship, we unlock the fullness of His blessings, witnessing our heart's yearnings come to fruition in ways that surpass our wildest dreams. Throughout the Scriptures, we encounter numerous stories that exemplify the transformative power of surrendering to God's guidance. Abraham's unwavering faith in Genesis 22 verse 2 echoes within our souls, "Take your son, your only son, yes, Isaac, whom you love so much, and go to the land of Moriah. Go and sacrifice him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains, which I will show you." Though the path appeared treacherous, Abraham trusted God completely, and his faith was rewarded with immeasurable blessings. Dear friends, when we let God take the helm of our lives, we are not relinquishing control, rather, we are embracing a divine partnership, one where we become co-creators with the Almighty. As the prophet Isaiah reminds us in chapter 41, verse 10, "Fear not, for I am with you, be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, yes, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. With God as our guide, we need not fear the unknown, for His strength and grace are ever present, guiding us through the stormy seas and illuminating our way. In conclusion, when we surrender ourselves to God's will, we embark on a transformative journey. Let us heed the words of Psalm 48 verse 14, "For this God is our God forever and ever, He will be our guide even to the end." Together, let us embrace the guidance and blessings that God offers, knowing that His divine wisdom will always lead us to a brighter tomorrow. May His love illuminate your path, now and always. When we choose to let God